Good morning. So nice to have you join us today for 3+U. Happy 4th of July week. We're going to go into this week, I think, with big smiles on our faces because for most of us, it's probably a short work week. Plus, we get to celebrate the birth of our country. And Carla Pritchard is here to kick off the show with us this morning because she has big plans for Friday as well, right? This is your last Nightfall.
It is. It's
for the season.
We're going to end with a bang. Not literally. We're no fireworks. I will say we can't have fireworks in the middle of downtown in that densely populated area.
No, that would not be a good idea.
Due to regulations. But we are going to have a lot of fun, and we are dressing up a little bit, so it'll be a little bit of a different Nightfall.
You know, I'm just back from vacation. I was gone for a week last week, and so that always does something to throw your sense of time off anyway. But I'm having a hard time adjusting to the fact that here we are already at the 4th of July. And for some people, they might be surprised to hear this is the last one of the season because usually y'all extend for a while.
That's right. And you know, Nightfall, this is our 38th year. And so we've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we're doing something a little different this year isn't really that unusual because we change it up from time to time. Often we do go through the end of August. We started this year about a month earlier. So we started the beginning of May instead of the end of May. And we're really just trying to find that sweet spot of, you know, summertime, and when it's comfortable to be outside and together in the afternoon and evening time. It gets really very oppressively hot. It can at the end of summer, so we're just backing it up off that a little bit and experimenting with
Well, and I think that the weather has not been anyone's friend this year. So as Carla's sitting here talking to me, just over this shoulder is the big weather monitor, and she was looking at that great big sunshine for Friday. That's going to be nice.
It will be so nice. We've had our share of rain and more than our share perhaps, but looking forward to a great Friday night and a fun way to celebrate the 4th with your family.
So what are you going to do? Because you really have a good time choosing different types of music to bring us throughout the season, but are you going to do something patriotic on Friday?
Yes, somewhat. We'll have a little bit. We're changing up the format a little bit. We're starting a little earlier because why not? It's a holiday, and so we're going to start at 5 o'clock with music. Good. It'll all be in Miller Park this time. Sometimes we kind of change it up between Miller Park and Miller Plaza because we use both parks really in the blocks surrounding it, right in the middle of downtown. Of course, this is all free, but we start at 5 o'clock with a performance by Oja, which is Kofi Mawoko and his wonderful African band. They're local. And then we follow that up at 6 o'clock with a wonderful singer-songwriter out of Nashville, Caleb Lovely, kind of bluesy, really cool voice. He's won a lot of songwriting competitions. And then at 7 o'clock, we have Dusty Lee Heston, who is really going to kind of crank it up with some country music. She's local as well. You might have seen her at Whiskey Cowgirl, for instance, and other places around town, but she puts on a very dynamic show. And then our headliner is a fabulous band, bluegrass band called East Nash Grass.
That's a great name.
Yes.
Now, is this, I guess because you're having the additional hour now beginning earlier, you can feature all these local acts. I know that's something you really love to do.
I do. So there's this 3, and Caleb, even though he's kind of based in Nashville, he has Chattanooga roots here as well. And so we'll have 3 local acts before the headliner. This headliner was just chosen by the IBMA, the International Bluegrass Music Association, as New Artist of the Year last fall. And they're all hugely talented musicians and individually in their own right. They do a combination of bluegrass and progressive and traditional bluegrass. And then sort of to wrap it up as the little final piece, we will have Courtney Cowart, who is a very fine vocalist, come out and do sort of a poignant closing number, America the Beautiful. We'll have some really fun effects. We're going to really lean into the bubbles this year. Lots and lots of bubbles.
Lots and lots of bubbles.
And Miller Park, no fireworks, but you're going to see a ton of bubbles. We will have some colorful smoke bombs and some nice effects for her on stage.
So then you're anticipating it being kind of a late night. You're giving people a chance to be there long after the sun goes down to kind of get that sense.
We will end about our normal time. Like East Nash Grass will end about 9:30, and then Courtney will come on for the final number. After that, we should wrap up by about 9:45 or so, and then then we're also just giving away lots of little individual bottles of bubbles. People can create their own bubbles along with the bubble machines. We're going to have the biggest moon pie birthday cake ever. It's going to be strawberry, blueberry, and vanilla, red, white, and blue. And moon pies are going to be given away all day. We're going to have an adult big wheel race in one of the blocks, so you can register your team, or you can just ride individually. So lots of fun little different things going on.
I would love to be a fly on the wall at your brainstorming sessions. I bet y'all have. I love a good brainstorming, but I bet y'all have a great time thinking, oh, let's try this. And then to have a team of people, I know it's largely you at the helm, but who say, yeah, let's do it.
Right.
That's meant so much for you over those 38 years,
yeah,
hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I have a really fun team of people. One full-time person that works with me, that's all, but otherwise we just have extra help for different events in different capacities.
Yeah.
And Harley's actually partnering with us on the big wheel race. For instance, they're a sponsor of Nightfall this year,
great.
so they're really fun to work with.
And I think it's good too, because so often your kids can get kind of left out of celebrations, but this one is good for the whole family. Always is at Nightfall.
Yes, exactly. Of course, we'll have face painters and balloon artists. We'll have a train, actually giving train rides through Miller Plaza and are going around the block. So yeah, just come out and check it out.
Okay, so now you know to get there even earlier than you typically do. There are so many people who watch where Nightfall is their every Friday night routine for the season. So this year it begins at 5 o'clock on the 4th of July. You already know where to go. Miller Park this time, not the plaza, but as she said, it's going to all spill over.
Yes, exactly.
Happy 4th.
Thank you so much.
I like the bubble theme.
It's good.
When it comes to gutter protection,